my new video discussion, and I will be discussing about the sexual self. Okay, so next is I will be discussing about the erogenous zone. Okay, so discussing the erogenous zone. So erogenous zones may be classified by the type of sexual response that they are generate. Many people are gently aroused with their eyelids, eyebrows, temples, shoulders, hands, arms, hair, or softly touch, okay? Gently touching or stroking of these zones stimulates a partner during foreplay and increases the arousal level, okay? Kaya yung jowa nyo dyan, kapag hinawakan lang yung leeg nyo, ay, alika na sa kama. Mga ganyan. So, these are the 7 erogenous zone. Okay, so one of the most erogenous zone is your genital, which is true naman. Pag sinabi nating genital, it is your external genitalia, yung penis, yung vagina nyo. Okay, which is true naman na kapag hinawakan yung penis ng boys, it really na-arouse kayong mga boys, right? Na tumitigas siya, really give you the arousal of or yung libido ninyo. Ganon din sa mga babae. Syempre kapag ginawa ka naman din yan, is na-arouse ka. Okay? So that is your top one erogenous zone. Okay, next is neck. Okay? So makikita niyo sa pelikula na mostly, okay, pag hinahalikan pa lang sa leeg, diretso kama na. Kasi na-arouse din tayo sa leeg eh. Okay, kapag hinahalikan tayo dito, oh shit, this is it. Baby will come. Ganon. Next is ears. Okay? Sa akin kasi yung ears, parang wala lang sa akin yan eh. Okay? Kapag hinahalikan ng jowa ko yung ears ko, ay, wala lang. Dead ma lang ako. Pero some people, na kapag hinalikan yung tenga nila, ay, go na. Go na tayo sa kama. Baby will come. Okay? So, lower part of the tummy. Ayan. Madami dito. Minsan, sa lower part of the tummy is nakikiliti tayo. Pero at the same time, na-arouse tayo. Okay? Na-arouse tayo dyan. Next is the feet. Meron ba sa feet? I think, ilan lang siguro sa feet. Okay? Inner armpits. O meron din dyan sa armpit. Yung amoy ng armpit or yung kiliti. Siyempre, nakikiliti tayo dyan. Na-arouse tayo dyan. Okay? So, nipples. Okay? Nipples. It really, one of the erogenous zone na it arouse you. Okay? Ang nipples. Okay? So in that thing, these erogenous zones, it arouse us. Okay? It arouse us. Okay? But make sure na kapag hinalikan kayo ng jowa nyo sa neck, is should always put in your utmost priority your education first. Okay? Anong tawag na kasi doon? Yung toga bago trahe de boda. Okay? So, meron nga akong maalala noon na kumanta, they are 19 years old. Pareho silang 19 years old, yung babae at saka lalaki. So, nung dumandaan na yung girl sa altar, kumanta bigla, here comes the bride, 3 months inside. Okay? So, if you wanted to na pumunta ng altar na may pakasal muna bago ang honeymoon. So, premarital sex is sinful. Okay? So, don't do it. Okay? You, as my student, should always put the utmost priority of education. Because in education, we receive light. In that light, we receive hope. In that hope, we pursue our dreams. In that dreams, we pursue a brighter tomorrow. And it is a ticket. It is a passport. Okay? It is a key for a better future. Okay. Next is development of secondary sex of the human reproductive system. Okay? So makikita nyo dyan sa picture na yung male reproductive system and the female reproductive system, which is the penis sa boys, vagina sa girls. Okay? Next is, it has been believed that the sex chromosome of the humans define the sex, female or male, and their secondary sexual characteristics. However, there are individuals who do not accept their innate sexual characteristics. They tend to change their sexual organs through medications and surgery. Okay? So yun na yung tawag sa kanila, transsexual and transgender. When we say transsexual, yung nag-a-undergo na sila ng surgical. Okay? Nag-a-undergo na sila sa pagpapalit ng kanilang ari. Just like si Bibi Gandang Hari na he is a transsexual. And also yung sumalis, yung Miss Spain sa Miss Universe 2018. Okay? So madami tayong kilala na kung saan nagpaparetoke sila. They change the organ into they want. Okay? It is because it makes them happy and it makes them who they are. Okay? So acceptance to one's social characteristics makes them feel better and confident. While aside from the genes, the society or the external environment helps us to define or shape ourselves. And also in this topic helps us to understand, to better understand the development of the self. Okay? So gonads begin to form until about the 8th week of embryonic development. Okay, so when we say gonads, it is the reproductive glands that produce the gametes. Okay, so during the early stage of human development, the embryonic structures of males and females are alike and said to be in different stage. Okay, so according to Meriab 2011, when we say gonads, it is the reproductive glands that produce the gametes in the testes or ovary. Okay, he explains that during the early stage of human development, the embryonic structures of a male and females are alike, are said to be in different stage. Okay, so during the 8th week of embryonic development, kung lalaki ka daw, ang nade-develop sa'yo ay testes. At kung babae ka naman, ay yung ovary mo. Okay? So when the primary reproductive structures are formed, development of the accessory structures and external genitalia begins. Okay? Doon na mag-i-start na mag-develop yung mga accessory structures natin, which is the external genitalia. Yung external genitalia natin, nuulit ko, ayun yung penis at saka vagina ninyo. Okay? The formation of male and female structures depends on the presence of testosterone. Okay? So, malalaman mo kung babae or lalaki ka, depende kung may testosterone. Okay? Ano naman ang relevant ng testosterone dyan sa sinasabi nila? Usually, once na mabuo na tong embryonic testes, yung testes, magre-release na ito ng testosterone and the formation of the duct system and external genitalia follows. Okay? In the case of female naman, okay, the embryos that form ovaries, it will cause the development of the female duct and external genitalia since testosterone genitalia is not produced. Okay? Halimbawa, kapag lalaki ka, nakipagtalik ka, syempre, tapos nagpo-form ang betlog mo or yung testes mo, itong testes mo magre-release ng testosterone. At sasabihin niya sa loob ng vagina, na doon sa loob ng vagina na ang duct system natin for external genitalia na magpo-form ay panglalaki. Kaya bibigyan ka ng penis. Okay? Sa female naman, Kapag si ovary walang na-detect na testosterone, ay sasabihin niya ang gagawin natin na ang duct system for external genitalia is vagina. Okay? Dahil walang testosterone. Note na ang ovary ay hindi nagproproduce ng testosterone. Yun. Okay? Because sa chromosome natin, sa sperm cell ng boys, it composed of X and Y. Okay? Pero kapag sa babae, only X lang. Okay? Pag sinabi natin X, female, and Y is male. Okay? Pag ang na-produce ng lalaki is X, okay? Pupunta siya doon, papasok siya. Okay, dalawang XX. So, it means female ang mapoproduce. Pero kapag Y ang nai-produce, which is female, which is male, okay? Yun ang ipoproduce nila doon sa loob is a female. Okay? Okay, next. Any intervention with the normal pattern of sex hormone production in the embryo results in strange abnormalities. For instance, a genetic male develops the female accessory structures and external genitalia if the embryonic testes fail to produce testosterone. Okay? So, meron tayong tinatawag na pseudo-hermaphrodites. Okay? So, itatakal natin kung anong pinagkaiba ng pseudo-hermaphrodites at saka hermaphrodites. So, on the other hand, naman, if a genetic female is exposed to testosterone, the embryo has ovaries but may develop male accessories, ducts, glands, as well as female or male, as well as male reproductive organ and empty scrotum. Okay? Okay. So for instance, a genetic male develops the female accessory structures, okay, and external genitalia if the embryonic testes fail to produce testosterone. Ano ang gusto niyang sabihin yan? Kapag daw yung lalaki, okay, develops the female accessory, that is hermaphrodites, okay? Yun yung, it is because of the fail of the testes to produce testosterone. Okay? So on the other hand naman, if a genetic female is exposed to testosterone, the embryo has ovaries but may develop male accessory ducts, glands, as well as a male reproductive organ and an empty scrotum. Okay, kabaliktaran niya naman din yan. Kapag daw yung babae, ang na-develop sa kanya is a male organ. Okay? Dahil daw yun, na-expose siya sa testosterone. Okay? And her reproductive organ is an empty scrotum. Okay? Yung scrotum natin, boys, is yung balat. Okay? Yung balat na nag-cover dun sa itlog nyo. Okay. So, may tinatawag tayong mga abnormalities. Okay, first is pseudo-hermaphrodites. Okay, kung makikita nyo dyan sa picture, are formed whose individuals having accessory reproductive structures that do not match their gonads. Okay? Sinabi niya na whose individuals having accessory reproductive structures that do not match their gonads. Okay? Ang gonads is the reproductive glands that produce the gametes in the testes for boys and the ovary for girls. So, kapag hindi nag-match ang external genitalia natin doon sa ating gonads, ikaw ay may pseudo-hermaphrodites. Ganito lang yun. Lalaki ka nga, pero meron kang vagina. At babae ka nga, pero meron kang penis. Hindi nag-match ang kanilang development sa kanilang external genitalia. Okay, kung makikita nyo dyan sa picture, ayan babae siya pero may penis. This once the dream of the gay. Okay? Yung mga bakla dyan, dream nila yan na lalaki sila pero gusto nila ng vagina. Okay? Kung yan dream din yan ng mga tomboy na babae sila pero gusto nila ng penis. But that is the abnormalities. Abnormalities yan kapag inborn kasi you are exposed with testosterone kaya may penis ka. You feel of the testosterone to the vagina, mga ganyan. So next is hermaphrodites, are individuals who are possesses both ovarian and testicular tissues, but this condition is rare. Very, very rare lang ito. Dahil in one person, in one individual, ay meron siyang both organ. Either penis, hindi pala siya either. May penis ka at saka may vagina ka. Happy ang life siguro ng mga to. Pero it's very rare, okay? Ang isang tao ay may testes at ovary. So may nababalitaan na ba kayong ganito ang sitwasyon? Okay, but technically, very rare lang ito. So try to see this picture. Kung ma-observe nyo na parang meron kang vagina na incomplete, ay meron kang penis pero hindi penis. Okay? Ayan, kung makikita nyo sa picture, ayan. So, may makikita ka na penis pero parang hindi penis. Meron kang vagina na incomplete. Okay? So, that's it. And, my God. This is vagina and penis. Okay, so nowadays, pseudo-hermaphrodites undergo sex change operations to have their outer selves fit with their inner selves. So madami yan. Madaming nagpaparetoke. Dumadaan sa surgery so that their outer selves fit in their inner selves. Siyempre, ikaw ba naman, lalaki ka, tapos may vagina ka, tapos straight ka, di ba? Tapos may vagina ka. How will the boys will get into you? Paano kaya yung nafe-feel? Pero that's, hindi natin yung kagagawan. It is the abnormalities. Okay? So, a critical event for the development of reproductive organs takes place about 1 month before birth, wherein the male testes form in the abdominal cavity and approximately the same location as the female ovaries descend to enter the scrotum. Okay, so 1 month bago ka ipanganak, ang pinaka-critical na event, lalo na sa reproductive organ natin. Okay? Wherein the male testes formed into abdominal cavity at approximately the same location as the female ovaries. And then descend to enter to the scrotum. Ang scrotum nyo, boys, ang laman niyan ay yung tinatawag ninyo na betlog o kwek-kwek. Kung tinatawag natin sa vernacular na word. Okay? Itlog pugo. Joke lang. Okay? Hindi yan itlog. Ang laman ng scrotum nyo ay tinatawag na testes. 1 month bago ka ipapanganak, bababa ang testes mo sa scrotum mo. Kaya lucky kaya boys kung bumaba yan. Ha? Bumaba nga ba boys? Boys, bumaba ba? Or hindi? So, dahil kung hindi bumaba yan, may abnormalities ka na naman. Okay? Na tinatawag na cryptorchidism. Okay? Kapag hindi bumaba ang testes mo dun sa scrotum mo, ang sakit mo ay cryptorchidism. Ano nga ba itong cryptorchidism? Okay? Cryptorchidism is a condition usually occurs in young males and causes sterile. Okay? Sterile means hindi ka makakabuo ng anak. That is why surgery is usually performed during childhood to solve the problem. Okay? So, cryptorchidism, that is why surgery is usually performed during the childhood to solve this problem. Itong cryptorchidism, hindi bumaba yung testes sa scrotum. It causes sterility. O hindi ka magkakaanak. Or pwede ka pang operahan habang bata ka pa. Okay? Kapag bata ka pa, pwede pa siyang agapan. Okay? Pwede pa siyang operahan. Pababain nila yung testes mo dun sa scrotum mo. Okay. So, abnormal separation of chromosomes during meiosis can lead to congenital defects of their reproductive system. Males who possesses extra female sex chromosomes have the normal male accessory structures, but male atrophy means to shrink of their testes causes them to be sterile. Okay, ito yun, yung testicular atrophy. Kung healthy yung testes mo is malaki compared dun sa atrophy. Okay? Wini-wait pa kasi yan eh. Kung healthy ba yung testes mo. Kung ma-observe mo, mas malaki yung itlog dun sa left side compared dun sa right side. So, ang mas healthy is yung malaki ang itlog. Okay? That is testicular atrophy. Okay, so other abnormalities result when a child has only one sex chromosomes. An XO female appears normal but lacks ovaries. YO males die during development. Other much less serious conditions also affect males primarily, such as phimosis. Okay, so when we say phimosis, is the narrowing of the first skin of the male reproductive structure and misplace of urethral openings. Okay. I think this is the reason why kung bakit nagpapatuli ang mga lalaki. Okay? Meron kasi tayong tinatawag na yung phimosis. Ang phimosis is the narrowing of the foreskin. Okay? Kung makikita nyo, ayan, kung makikita nyo, yung penis ng mga lalaki ay may excess. May excess na balat yan. So kapag tutuliin, magiging normal. Mga ganyan. Yung foreskin and the glands. I think that is why na kailangan magpatuli ang mga lalaki dahil para hindi niya matrap yung ihi so that the penis would not be infected. Okay, I think that's the reason. Pero hindi ko alam kung yun. Pero that's my opinion also. Because in phimosis is the foreskin of the penis cannot be pulled back. Okay, hindi mo siya napupull back. That is phimosis. Ang hirap siguro tuliin yan. Okay? Boys, ganito ba? Charot. So, let's now go to puberty. Okay? Puberty. Ayan. Puberty, yan na yung mag-enlarge Adam's apple natin. Facial hair for boys. Broad shoulders, increased body hair, pubic hair, mature genital organs, body more muscular. To sa female naman, mature breast, broader hips, and pubic hair. Okay? Ayan. So puberty is the period of life, generally between the age 10 to 15 years old, when the reproductive organ grow to their adult size, become functional under the influence of rising levels of gonadal hormones. After this time, reproductive capability continues until old age in males and menopause in females. Okay, so ang puberty natin, kapag ang lalaki, makakabuntis pa sila yan as long as may lumalabas na sperm cell. Okay? Kahit anong age mo. Kung 6 years old ka man, makakabuntis ka pa. Pero kapag once ang girls na-meet na nila ang menopause, is hindi na sila pwede mag-produce ng baby. Okay? So, mag-start ang female menstruation after 2 years pag lumaki na ang ating boobs. Ay, ating boobs. So, kapag yung hindi, paano yung kapag yung flat, hindi lumaki? Though may mga flat na boobs, pero after noon, after 2 years is mag-start na yung menstruation nila. Okay? So in males naman, as they reach the age 13, puberty is characterized by the increase in the size of reproductive organs, followed by the appearance of their hair in pubic area, axillary, and the face. Ang pubic area is yun yung, okay, I know that you know that pubic area. The reproductive organs continue to grow for 2 years until sexual maturation mark the presence of mature semen in the testes. Okay? So, kapag once na makapag-produce na ang lalaki ng sperm cell, then pwede na silang makabuntis. Okay? So, in females, the budding of their breasts, usually occurring at the age of 11, signals their puberty stage. Menarche is the first menstrual period of the females, which happens 2 years after the start of puberty. Hormones play an important role in the regulation of ovulation and fertility of females. Okay, so when we say hormones, itong hormones natin, mga babae, ang magsasabi kung naiinis ka na lang bigla, masyadong masaya, madaling magalit, dahil pala yun sa hormones ko. Okay? O, dahil sa hormones mo yun. Dahil sa hormones mo yun kung bakit ka mabilis na magalit. Okay? So, meron din yung sa girls na wag mo na akong galitin. Okay? Sinasabi na wag mo na akong galitin kapag may mens ako. Dahil bigla-bigla na lang sila naiinis, naiirita, hindi mo alam kung bakit. Bigla na lang sila mananakit, sinasampal ka na lang bigla. Alam mo yung naiinis, alam mo yung inaaway ka na lang palagi. Kaya kawawa ang boys kapag namimens ang mga girls. Okay? So, this is the table. The development of secondary sexual characteristics. Okay? So, in male, increase in larynx size and deepening of the voice, increase in the muscular development, growth of facial, axillary, and pubic hair, and increased growth of the body hair. Okay, so deposition of fat predominantly in breast and hips. Breast development. Broadening of the pelvis and growth of the axillary and pubic hair. Okay, so next, proceed now to the understanding the human sexual response. Okay? So what is human sexual response? Okay? The sexual response cycle refers to the sequence of physical, emotional changes that occur as a person becomes sexually aroused, participates in sexually stimulating activities including intercourse and masturbation. Okay? Knowing how your body responds during each phase of cycle can enhance your relationship and help you pinpoint the cause of sexual dysfunction. It is not the only model of sexual response cycle, but it is the best known one. So we have 4 phases. First is desire, okay, or the libido, okay. So the phase is the muscle tension increases, heart rate weakens, and the breath is accelerated. Skin may become flash. Okay? Yung nipples become hardened or erect. Blood flow to the genitals increases, resulting in the swelling of the woman's clitoris and labia minora or inner lips and erection of the man's penis. Okay, that is the libido. Vaginal lubrication begins. Okay, kapag alam mo yung nafe-feel mo na, oh shit, this is it. This is the climax. Okay? Yun yung mafe-feel mo. The woman's breasts become fuller and the vaginal walls begin to swell. The man's testicles swell. Okay, his scrotum tightens. He begins secreting a lubricating liquid. Okay, yun na yung magpapalabas ng lalaki ng semen at the same time ganun din sa babae. So that is your libido or the desire. Minsan lang ito kapag nanonood ka ng mga videos like that, sex videos, mga ganyan. Okay? Mga porn, mga ganyan. So lahat ng mga characteristics ng libido or yung desire in the phase 1, mangyayari. Okay? So next is the phase 2, which is the arousal. Okay? General characteristics of this phase, which extends to the brink or orgasm, include the following. Okay? The changes began in the phase 1 are intensified, very intense those of phase 1. The vagina continues to swell from increased blood flow, and the vaginal walls turn a dark purple. The woman's clitoris becomes highly sensitive, may even be painful to touch, and retracts under the clitoral hood to avoid direct stimulation from the penis. Okay, the man's testicles are withdrawn up into the scrotum. Breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure continue to increase, which is true naman na yung hinahabol-habol mo ng hininga mo dahil sa arousal na nangyayari. So, muscle spasms may begin in the feet, okay, face and hands. Okay, tension in the muscles increases. That's why yung mga muscles natin sa yung feet ng boys is tinitigas nila so that they could release, okay, their arousal. So, phases number 3, which is the orgasm. Orgasm, okay, this phase is the climax of the sexual response cycle. It is the shortest of the phase and generally lasts only a few seconds. General characteristics of this phase include the following. Okay, involuntary muscle contractions begin, blood pressure, heart rate, breathing are at the highest rates with rapid intake of oxygen. Muscles in the feet spasms. There is a sudden forceful release of sexual tension. Okay, in women naman, the muscles of the vagina contract, the uterus also undergoes rhythmic contractions. In men naman, rhythmic contractions of the muscles at the base of the penis result in the ejaculation of semen. Okay? A rash or sex flush may appear over the entire body. Okay? So, trivia lang na kapag ang babae, okay, after ng first round na pagkikipag-intercourse ng boy at saka girl, ang babae, kayang-kaya pa nila ng second round. Kayang-kaya pa nila ng third round hanggang fourth round. Okay, hanggang 10 rounds, kayang-kaya pa nila. Pero ang lalaki, once na natapos ng first round, okay, parang nawawala na yung arousal sa kanila. Kasi minsan lang sila na-arouse yan. Depende na lang sa lakas ng lalaki kung kaya ba niya. Pero wala na siyang masyado may ilalabas na semen or sperm cell. Okay? Next is phase 4 or the resolution. Resolution, during this phase, the body slowly returns to its normal level of the functioning, and swelled and erect body parts return to their previous size and color. Okay, so itong resolution, kapag yung penis na nag-erect na, okay, tumigas na yung penis, at saka lumabas na yung sperm cell. After that, yung resolution will occur. Okay, babalik na yun sa dating position niya, dun sa same size niya na. Okay? This phase is marked by a general sense of well-being and often fatigue. Some women are capable of rapid return to the orgasm phase with further sexual stimulation and may experience multiple orgasms. Men need recovery time after orgasm, called a refractory period, during which they cannot reach orgasm again. The duration of the refractory period varies among men and changes with age. Okay, yun na yung sinasabi ko. Okay? Na yung kapag after ng orgasm, okay, in orgasm kasi is yun na yung releasing of the sperm cell and releasing of the egg cell. Okay, sa girls, kapag once na kapag release pa sila, kaya pa nila mag second round intercourse. Pero kapag sa boys na, once na tapos na ang orgasm, it occurs the resolution na yung babalik na yung penis nila in the same size. At saka hindi na yun mabubuhay. Okay? Unless kung magre-rest or yung tinatawag nilang refractory period. Okay? Yung magre-rest siya. Pero I think kokonti na lang yung mailalabas ng lalaki na sperm cell. Okay? So that is the sexual response cycle. The excitement. Okay? Ito na yung excitement mo na syempre, yung halik-halikan na yung leeg mo, yung erogenous zone mo, mga ganyan-ganyan. And then yung plateau. Okay? And then yung orgasm. Yung orgasm na kasi is dun na yung releasing of the sperm cell and releasing of the egg cell. Okay? And the resolution. Everything. Lahat ng na-arouse sa'yo, yung nipples mo na lumaki, yung nipples mo na tumigas, yung penis mo na tumigas, yung vagina mo na, yung vagina walls nila nag-swell. It's return to its original size. Okay? So I think this is the last slide. Thank you and stay safe and God bless. I hope that may naintindihan kayo ngayon. And always priority your education. Okay? Goodbye and God bless.
Thank you guys, and I hope that you learned something about our discussion for today. Stay safe and God bless.